Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of Factorio, and we are going straight from where we left off from last time. We were just talking about what we're going to do with this stuff here. Now we've got enough, I'm trying to take the call out now. We've got enough resources to get this one finished now, hopefully. We're going to need some more. Let's go ahead and set up some inserters while we continue placing out the ones we've got. I'm going to go ahead and obviously we still need to connect the power supply. Now the power is not set up in a way that I'm comfortable with at the moment. Obviously the last episode I discussed how it wasn't right, it was just a basic. Now I want to keep it tidy, but right now the basic will do, but we're still not connected over here, so I need to run a line over. I need two more connectors. Let's get our splitters in. I think the splitter is the only one I need. Finish that line up. Yep. I think it takes 8 on either side. It does, so one more at some stage, which we'll get in a bit. Now, obviously, we're going to need to find a way of. Well, we're going to split the coal off here. I'm going to split my coal off. We're going to need to run the coal to. I'm going to run it this way because I want to give myself plenty of room. Now, I'm going to run the coal to the underground belt, I think, first, so I can run you to here. So that's now got the coal set up for it. We're then going to have to build ourselves some this here. So we can now remove all of this. And as I said in episode 1, I'm going to recycle the furnaces to place them over by the stone so we can get some more stone production for some more furnace production. We've got ourselves two. Go ahead and place one there and one there, just so we can try and get this little patch done here. I'm going to go ahead and bring the iron line here. Now I'm not comfortable with it being too close, but for now it'll do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it on an underground belt like so. Matter of fact, it is too close, so let's just go ahead and solve that now. What we'll do is we'll actually bring the belt up here and down like so. What we can do now is we can run it underground, so place the splitter off. I actually don't like that. Not like that, so let's just go ahead and move you there. So all that. What I can now do that there, split off to here. Belts. I'm gonna need some belts. Let's belt. You now into there. Now the problem is obviously this is connected to my coal and this is connected to iron. So go ahead and we'll just empty the lines off. See, everything's flashing because it's trying to use stuff, trying to get resources, but it's got no power, and obviously it requires something to burn in our furnace. Right, so that's now set up right now, so providing everything we need to. We'll then set up this so it's ready to go, like so. That'll produce another line of iron ore for our next system. Right, so we now need to set up some power, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the power along here, then connect into here, hopefully. So we'll kill two birds with one stone. Probably don't have enough electric poles, let's just produce all of the electric poles in the world. Let's run it along the line for now. Go. And what I can do is I can drop it into there, connect it to like so. Now we can choose to continue running this along, or we can bunny hop it that way. Decide that later on, but as you can see, everything's now topped up and placed the fuel inside, so the only two that are left are these two here. But what's left now is to wait for the iron to come in. Now, obviously, we're only using 2 miner drills at the moment, so you know we're running a bit low. Whilst that's just plodding along and placing some stuff in. We don't need too much just yet. We will pick it up at a later stage. But we need to go over here. We need to get ourselves... I don't know why I said stone furnaces, because I don't actually stone furnaces. I don't want to make fences. Walls, should I say, not fences. That's all I needed to do, so that's my fault. That top them up with coal, so they'll just give us some stone. That's all we needed. That's my bad. I don't know why I was thinking I need furnaces. Right, let's get ourselves. We want a machine gun, so let's get our research going. So we need 10 red iron, 10 red. Called automation science packs. I don't know. Obviously, the automation science packs are iron gear wheels, and then they go into 1 copper and 1 iron gear wheel to create that. So that's going to be a pretty simple recipe to automate. So that's going to be one of the first ones we automate. And we can use that last one. Now we're getting some iron plates. Now, as I said to you, I wanted a bus, but what I've done here is I've actually set it so that the coal is above my iron. And then I was going to think about putting the copper here. Now I may still do that, and then I may run the resources onto a bus here. But there is a patch here of iron that I'm going to want to strip, and we're fairly close to the water that way. What I will probably do is I will probably run everything back round on itself and down to here maybe, and get rid of these. There's some demolitions at a later stage. I don't know. I'll think about that, but right now we can set ourselves up some small automations. So let's go ahead and do that now. All I'm going to do is just going to run this down to here. I'll run my power off it, so I've got that ready to go. And I'm going to run. Oh, we're going to assembling. We'll craft 2 assembling machines. Ourselves a couple of inserters. Oh, we've got some of them. Want to remove the power. Move the power to that. We'll get some lighting because I know it's pretty dark to see. Go ahead and get our first. Nope. Want to do that, and then I want to do another one. So, actually, don't do it. Big fat plate. Alright, so you're going to need iron gear. You're going to power. You're going to want to create. Then going to want to move the gears into the machine. That's going to make red science. Got gears, but we need copper plates for that. We're obviously going to need to power it as well. Let's just bring another power pole in. Yeah. What I'm going to do is place inserter here and an inserter here. I got our iron chest that we had from it. Fill you with copper plates. So you're going to create red science, so we're going to need a lab. Now I'm just going to go ahead and grab the lab from over here. This is now obviously taking it away from where we had it here. So it's, again, this is still temporary. We're going to do a proper lab production with as many sciences as we can get onto one belt. I have done a few ideas with that in the past. Now, you're just in the power there, so we can just go ahead and. You're now doing the military, and it's going to keep popping the red science in to produce. So I'm happy with that. We've now got our research, our low-level research, automated. So we've got quite a few. So up until we've done the physical damage upgrade, we don't need to introduce green into it. Obviously, once we start introducing the green, we're going to have to start thinking about doing some other fancy stuff, because that's going to need transport belts and inserters to make green science. So that's when we are going to have to start making a proper research system. Now what we can do is we could expand this that it can do 2. But I can't produce a second one just yet because I've put all my iron plates on. Let's copper plates. Let's just grab some copper plates. Let's make a second science lab. Be back. Let's just get ourselves. As you can see, it'll pull out of here any spurs and place it into our second lab, and we can have the second lab. So we just make it a little bit faster, so we can get all the fancy research. Now, I have noticed that they've made this automated now. Animated. Now, I don't know if this was in the past. I've never noticed it before, but if it wasn't, kind of cool now. Really cool. We do some really good jobs on the models for this game. Can't believe they're working on it so hard still with it being out for so long. There we go. Now we've got 2 going. It'll be super fast now. So we've now automated our copper. Our iron, and it's only using the first 4 furnaces. How's our pollution is starting to spread a little bit. Now that might be down to the fact that we're using obviously burners here. Obviously our power supply is obviously a higher demand, so that could also be the reason. Power constantly now. Military is finished. Get some optics so we can see what the hell we're doing. Create ourselves. We need some copper plates. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to break this down now. I want to miners. Oh. Half of them off. That. Oh, actually, oh, run out of iron. Fine. We get ourselves a submachine gun. Do the submachine gun now. Get the submachine gun done now, so then we've got a bit of better protection when it comes to just in case they decide to attack us. We don't want to be left with no kind of support. Now what this is going to do is, even though we're only using 2 miners, it is going to backlog. Obviously these are going to start filling up. See that this here is going to start filling up when it can't place it onto the belt. So it may start backlogging and placing them into the other ones as well, which is that would be quite nice. See how it go. That's already backing up now because it can place on that side, because it's only taking from one side, which is absolutely fine. That's producing it nicely. What we could also do is we could actually break off to here. Here. What this is going to do is this is now going to start producing gears a little faster, but hopefully it won't take it from the. In fact, no, it's well stocked up. What have we got now? Right, we got our weapon now. Just place you in our active slot. Now, optics is done. Let's get turrets done. We got ourselves some more mining drills. Again, I just want to cut away from this bit here, just so then we've not got this to deal with at a later stage. And normally I would have them where they're nicely laid out together, but let's just now expand belt to fit them. Power, top the power up. Go. As I say, we're only just eating through this just to get it out of the way, because this is probably where we're going to have some other stuff at a later stage. That should top us up nicely for our iron production. Definitely going to need some copper production. Yeah, so let's again move it away from the belts. Let them be the first places dig away from. Go. Again, we're going to need the belts in. A lot more belts, so let's just go ahead and grab ourselves iron plates. Go. Should have our. Oh, we do. Now we'll get our iron gears from here. So we can pop in every now and then, grab iron gears. It just makes the building a little bit easier. Obviously the belts require plates and gears, so it means it'll just be like almost half cheap to build them. Starting to see it coming down now, that's nicely done. I have no power supply for you. Go. Now we have power supply. Have the belts coming through in a moment. I need to think about, so how many gaps is that? That's 2 gaps, 2 gaps. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to basically repeat what's on here. Well, obviously just place that 1, 2, 1, 2. So we can place our belts. Doing it's a little dark still. Place the belts. So. Oh. Then take the splitter. What I want to do is I'm going to how many have we got? So where the splitter is, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 up. Splitter 1 off. We want our blueprint to start. Just print. Rotate that around. Now, obviously, we're not going to have it identical because the underground is on the other side, but that's absolutely fine. So that's what we're going to do. The wrong button there. It's kind of mirror image in it, so it should look a little nicer. Now, what we can do is we can actually do this one after the fact. That's obviously connecting to that point there, and that to this point here. The underground will still reach. So, setup ready to go. Now all we need to do is about place on here. Nope. Tell straight away that it's working because we're already getting coal on one side and copper on the other. Go ahead and we can place our inserters in because we should, I think, have enough. Hoping we go. You can see now that we've got that first little bit of a drag out of the way, things are starting to go a lot faster. I want at least one of each set up, so then we are in a bit of a better position to craft these things a little bit faster. We just had enough. We haven't got enough iron gears. Let's go and grab ourselves. We're going to need more than 9 stone furnaces. Let's go and grab ourselves a supply. Oh. Build 144. That many. Build a few. And what we can start thinking about doing now is we can look at smelting some at the latest. I'm just going to tap off here for the power present moment because I just want to have it just connect basically. As I've mentioned, and you're probably sick of me mentioning, I am going to overhaul all of the power supply. Now I may wait until I've got the next level of poles to do that, because the medium poles are so much better. Go ahead and just set them up there, and you can see they're already kicking in. Oh, we can go ahead and copper out. We've now got a supply of copper. Because it's backed up, it's going to use all of them, but it's probably not going to be able to keep up. We've got ourselves some more drills, so let's go ahead and pop some of the on. Oh, go. Got another one at the end there. Again, we'll just place the 2 poles in each middle of each. That should give us enough copper. It's actually backed up quite well already, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we can now get ourselves some copper plates. Yeah. And what we can do, because we've got so much coal, we can just keep topping up the these furnaces here with coal. Our turrets are done. Go ahead and we'll do stone walls. You'll see we're fast already outgrowing what we've set up already. Top you up. Coal. So we're fairly set up already with both. Got a good supply coming in now. We're nowhere near the capacity of either one of these. It really isn't a requirement to do too much. That being said, I'm thinking of actually placing the main bus up top. Placing the bus. This is a bit roomy. Have it going. I need a lot more iron. Plenty of iron plates, and we'll take some gears from here. Which is amazing down because we've just got. Let's just continue doing research. Now, what do we need for lighting? We're not going to be electronic circuit, which is going to need more iron plates. The iron plates. Let's go ahead and just make as and as well. Got all of 12 science packs. Why? Go ahead and chuck them in there, out of my pocket. So our main bus that I'm going to use, I'm going to do it 4 wide for copper for now, copper 2, and 4 wide for my iron. Now, you can expand this, and I probably will expand it at a later stage. I'll probably move some stuff around and I'll make it a little bit nicer. But that's what I've got at the moment, and then I've got 1, 4 for basic, whatever. Okay. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to bring my iron up. Now, let's go ahead and break it off at about here. Connect it properly. Actually, right way for it starts. And I want it to go probably about here. I want it to go. I'll put it in the middle so it looks kind of cool. Now I could just remove the ball, get that. Well, round. So, up the middle of the copper. And again, we're going to need to go around here. Basically, get out the bus there. Gonna want a balancer here. Matter of fact, we're probably only going to get 2 lines. It's actually going to be further up, so don't worry about that just yet. We'll see where we connect it. Got ourselves start of a bus now. Yeah, our next line will be further down. That was just so I could see where I'm going. Oh. So already we're starting to think about the main bus. We've not got anywhere near enough supply to this. That's going to be my next step here, I think, to get some. Oh, can we get any more electric? Create as many as we can. I'm short on iron, and more iron. Iron's definitely a big problem for. Go ahead and finish off. We actually actually 1 bar away from the line. I did not notice that. Let's just solve that problem. Now I'm. No, I was right. Sorry, I was right. In line, yes. gap of 2 between each one so they don't overlap. Place one of those so it just gets rid of. Another bit of research complete. Right, now we should see an increase in our iron production. Oh, we can get the fast inserters. Science must. Oh, because we got the electronic. Oh, we can get the steel axe and the heavy armor as well. That's just quite a few things we can get. We just. That's absolutely fine. Just do it in order now, just so it can plod along and it can keep producing what it needs to produce and get through it slowly. Right. That should hopefully increase our iron production a lot more now. You can see it's just starting to fill in. Not quite made it just to it yet. Still filling up that top line as well. There we go. Now we're starting to get into the bottom sections here. There we go. You can see straight away it's now reaching these bottom 4 on either side. Bottom 4th, I should say, on either side. Should now start seeing plate production. Obviously it's taking itself all the way up here, so that's why it's not backlogging just yet. So just for now we'll just go ahead and run along this. Top up our plates. You can just sit on there and it'll feed into your pockets for your backpack, whichever you call it. We've got enough there. How much have we got for copper? We've got plenty for copper. We haven't got much for iron. We've actually got a lot of copper ore, so let's just get rid of that copper ore. There we go. Gets rid of ore. A little bit of iron ore. We'll just drop that here. You pick up the ore when you start making adjustments to the belt. So if I place the belt here to change the direction, I'd pick up all the ore that's currently on that belt. It doesn't remain on the belt. So just bear that in mind if you're playing. Coal production is perfectly fine. We've got no problems with the backlog whatsoever. Just keep an eye on that if you are doing something like this, just to make sure you're not struggling to keep up with it. But as you can see, having no problems whatsoever. Our power supply is looking good. How are we actually doing for power? So we're producing 1.8 megawatts and completely satisfied. So we're looking good. Our satisfaction's just coming to the end of actually, so we're probably going to need to start looking at expanding the power supply. So I'll probably do that in the next episode. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. We've got ourselves iron production at a much faster rate now. We've got ourselves copper production. We've got a little bit of automation here. Our science is going nicely. We need to start thinking about actually producing end goods. So the electronic circuits for one. We've got obviously the iron gears, which is going to be useful for a number of things. We need some turrets because we're going to have some problems with biters soon, I can imagine. We're just on the edge of there, so they may actually start taking this. You know, that blocks flickering in and out. That could be them feeding off it. So let's hope it's not. But we've got a couple of things we do need to concentrate on. We also need to concentrate on making some stone walls and some concrete grounds. So things look a bit nicer. We need to start actually making things look like they're supposed to look as well. So instead of having these temporary things that we're placing down, we need to start looking at some proper production. That's what we're going to look at in the next couple of episodes. But that's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments section if you're enjoying it. Any suggestions or any ideas or anything like that. The one thing I am going to do right at the beginning of the next episode is getting some lighting, so it should be a little bit easier to see, because I know YouTube does lower down the darkness, so it's even harder to see. So I know some of this is a little bit harder to see when the lights are on. Lights are off, sorry. So you can only see where it's burning resources there like that. So hopefully we can sort that out on the next episode and we can see things a little bit better. But please let me know in the comment section any suggestions or anything like that. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye for now.